Hi, everybody. My name's Anthony Hines. For the last 40 plus years, I've been trying to help people with their career, help people with their job search, and really give them some support. Because I'll tell you, there's nothing worse than when you're unemployed and nobody's calling you. Because you know what? Everybody tells you they're going to help you. Everybody tells you they're going to call you. Everybody tells you they're gonna do a lot of stuff for you. Let me tell you, I'll tell you 100 times, people. The people that help you the most are the people who've been unemployed themselves. They're the ones that come through. They're the ones that are there for you. So always lean on the people that have been unemployed. Okay, here's the deal. Let's talk a little bit about this whole pandemic situation. The reality is this, people. Whether people pass away, whether people get the virus, it doesn't matter to governments and business leaders. They have decided that they are opening up for business and that businesses and cities and towns and states are opening. And that, you know what, people? They're going to open at a record pace. So here's the deal. You have to be mentally ready to interview at a record pace because if you need to get your next opportunity, you got to be ready at a moment's notice to interview. Okay, you may not get notice when you get called for a job that you applied 2 weeks ago. So you better be organized and know what job that you applied to because you know what? It's ramping up and it's ramping up fast. So the fact of the matter is, you better be ready. This is on you to do before anybody calls you. There's no excuses. There's no sitting back and saying they should have done this or they should have done that. Get this, people. The people that are working have the advantage over you. Okay? Sorry to say, just the reality. So it's up to you to be on your game and ready and be ready to go if somebody interviews you out of nowhere. All right? You have to know your value. You have to know your skills. You have to know your transferable skills. And for this podcast, you better know every darn place that you applied because any of these jobs could be calling you quick because they're going to be needing you fast. So you better go back over all the places you applied and make sure that you're ready. Make sure you know the resume you sent for that job. Make sure you have the cover letter ready for that you sent on that job, and make sure you have everything organized because if any of them call you back, they're not going to have time to sit there and explain things to you. You want to be on your game because that's going to impress people. All right. Again, the pandemic is in a new stage. It's in the back to work stage, and that's the way it's going to be. And even if there's a second wave, even if more people get sick, guess what? This is the way it's going to go because the government can't keep giving people free money and can't keep extending unemployment. It's great that all that happened, but they've said basically between themselves, without ever talking to the press or anything, that's enough. And so there's going to be marginal help going forward once all this stimulus stuff that they're talking about is done and in the system. So be on your game. Be ready. Be aware of what you applied on. Get your brain back in focus. Get your brain ready to go. Get your brain ready to interview at any second because when you do, you're going to have the advantage over other people who are not in that same mode mentally. Okay? And the fact is, you want to show people that you can handle a fast paced environment, especially now, because now there's pressure. Now there's a mindset that people are going to need you. So you know what? You got to show that you're on. You got to show that you're ready to go. You got to show that you can handle anything that happens and that you're fearless and ready to go and able to step right into a position. You want to make sure you're telling people how you can step right into a job and fit in and make it work and hit the ground running because people don't want someone they have to manage. Understand this. I will tell you 100 times. Managers do not want people they have to manage because that's work. And you know what? Managers used to have no work other than managing people. That was in 1974. There's no more of that. Okay? Managers work now. Managers have jobs, they have tasks, they have things to do, and the managerial stuff is secondary. So they don't need people they have to manage. They need self-starters, they need people that are ready, and they need people that can hit the ground running when they apply for jobs. okay? And they to hit the ground running if they get hired, that they can start in a remote environment, they can learn on their own, they can ask the right questions, and they're not waiting to be taught. People that are waiting to be taught are going to fall behind in this environment because those people, that's just not how it happens. So as we enter this new aspect of the pandemic where everything is opening, instead of being in denial about this, you have to turn this into an opportunity for yourself. Okay? Look in the mirror, put on the adult clothes, look in the mirror and say to myself, I'm going to turn this into the opportunity that it is for me. Because if you're going to be in denial, if you're going to sit there and say they shouldn't open things, that's great in principle. But guess what? It's not going to get you a job. Okay? If you want a job, if you want to start working, you better get the mindset that that things are opening and they're opening fast, and it's on you to be ready to interview at a moment's notice. It's on you to apply aggressively for jobs. You should be out on LinkedIn in LinkedIn Premium aggressively applying for jobs because these people are going to be brought back and brought back fast. And the fact is, not everybody who was given a furlough is going to come back because they might have gotten another job. So you know what? You can step in for somebody else. It doesn't matter how you get in. What matters is that you get in there and do the job. Okay? It's about getting the opportunity. And no one's going to want somebody who isn't ready to embrace that opportunity for themselves. And no one's going to want someone who has to be handheld. And the fact of the matter is, it's your responsibility to be ready. And because you may step in for someone else who got another job, you may step in for somebody who's retired, or God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, you may step in for somebody who passed away due to this terrible, terrible virus. Okay? These are realities, people. This is the reality of the way it is. So guess what? It's on you to have value, on you to be ready, on you to be on your game, because you never know. That phone, when it rings, could be in hiring manager at any moment. Could be at 3 in the afternoon, 6 at night, 7 at night, 8 in the morning. And you know what? If you're ready to go, you've done your part. But you better know what jobs you applied for. You better know what skills you bring to that job when they call you on it. You better have organized files on every job you apply so that you can pull up all the information for that job while they're talking to you and be ready. And you better be organized because that's on you. You have the time to do it. Get organized before they call. That way, when they do call, you are ready. Okay. My name's Anthony Hines. Go to my LinkedIn profile. Get my download my LinkedIn article for getting a job in a pandemic. You can get a free resume critique. You can get all kinds of help. I also have a new person who goes out and critiques your social media, who tells you that how your social media is because you know what, people? When I was applying for jobs, there were a lot of Anthony Hineses out there, and some of them were not too professional. And I swear I will always go to my grave saying that some people did not look to talk with me because of looking at the wrong Facebook page. That's why my Facebook page says Anthony V. Hines. My LinkedIn cards, my business cards said Anthony V. Hines. Because you know what? Here's the deal, people. If you have a common name, and even if you don't have a common name, social media can work against you if you don't have something unique. But that's only part of the things that my article helps you with. Please go out to my LinkedIn profile, get my article. And that's part of your prep, because I'm telling you, right now, the game has changed, people. Everything's opening, and it's opening fast. It's on you to be ready, on you to show value, on you to be able to show why you are the best person for that position. Look, I believe you're the best person, but I'm not interviewing you. So it's on you to get it done. Anthony Hines, please give me some feedback, and understand too, I'd love you to become a patron on Podbean, because if you're a patron, you can help me to make these podcasts available to more people. Go out to podbean.com, become a patron, and that way you can help me to spread the word of how these unemployed can get back to work. I've helped thousands of people, and there's thousands more to help. But I can't do it without your help. I can't do it without you spreading the word, and I can't do it without your support. So please go out to Podbean, become a patron, and remember, your career is your responsibility. And I need you to help me to end unemployment one person at a time. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, the pandemic is full of opportunity, so why not get some of it for you? Bye bye.